by introduction, my name is Bill Oluyemisi.
Your name is who?
Bello Oluyemisi. Bello Oluyemisi.
So your first name is Oluyemisi.
Oluyemisi.
Cool.
Oluyemisi. So I'm a graduate of law and an entertainment law enthusiast. So welcome to this session. This session is about entertainment law and for law students trying to navigate the entertainment law course. So I will start with the first question by introduction. Most people here know who you are and your impact in the industry, but let's say there's a likelihood that there's someone who probably doesn't and who wants to know who we are having on this Instagram live today. So by introduction, man, can we get to know you, man?
Okay. If I had my way, I would have just said Google me.
Okay.
Well, that might sound like I'm being proud. So let me not say that. So my name is Yemi Falaye. I was called to bar 2005, and I've been practicing law since then till now. At the beginning of my legal career, I started off by I started off by specializing in general corporate commercial law, immigration law, intellectual property, and company secretarial matters in the firm. And but then in 2015 or so, one of my bosses, actually my direct boss, Mr. Falaye Martins, called me, and when he realized that entertainment law was the next big thing, he called me and asked if I knew any entertainer, any celebrity that we could represent as a lawyer in the industry. And I said, yes, I do. Then I knew Toke Makinwa. She came to mind, and I gave her a call immediately. And then Mr. Martins offered her free legal service for 1 year. And as they say, the rest is history. So from Toke Makinwa, a happy client, there was another happy client, and then another happy client, and then another happy client. And boom, here I am being interviewed by Oluyemisi.
Oh, thank you very much, man. That's 17 years at the bar. That's
Absolutely.
If I'm correct. Wow, that's a long time. And with the level of progress. So this brings us to my next question. Yeah. So you were called to bar in 2005, and now this is 2022, and the climate has changed. Entertainment law is no longer is not what it was back then. It looked like a promising place that this could be the next big thing, but it's quite huge now. So there's a tendency that many people would want to specialize in. People can just get called to the bar today and say, okay, I want to be an entertainment lawyer, and that's it. So it's specialization. But in your opinion, do you think there's an issue of over-specialization? Is there an over-specialization issue? Because I realize that many entertainment lawyers, they are very known for other aspects. So I know you're very big on immigration. I know you're big on immigration. I know some entertainment lawyers who are actual call litigators. So yes. So is there an issue of over-specialization if you finish up and you just want to be an entertainment lawyer right from the start? So
you can't just wake up one day and say you want to do entertainment law again alone. You're obviously going to fail. If you recall, when I started introducing myself, I said to you that I started with full corporate commercial law. I still do, as a matter of fact. I haven't stopped. I started with full corporate commercial law, which I still do, which comprises various aspects of the law. Full corporate commercial law, you will do a bit of telecommunications law, you do a bit of tax law, you do a bit of law of torts, because you have people not, in quotes, sometimes behaving themselves. You do a bit of everything. So you cannot just wake up one day and say all you want to do is entertainment law, because the truth is entertainment law comprises all aspects of law, the ones that I've just mentioned and more. you cannot just, entertainers usually employ people. So in other words, you have to be versed in employment law. Entertainment law, I mean, entertainers will pay tax because they make money. They have to pay tax. Some of them don't want to pay tax and they get into trouble. So you have to be versed, at least to a certain extent, in tax law. Some of them are troublemakers. Some of them have neighbors that, almost become a nuisance too. So you have to be versed in law of torts. Some of them can be very physical. They can be troublemakers and get into criminal issues. So you have to be versed in criminal law. The list goes on and on. Well, some of them want to invest in other areas of business apart from entertainment business. So you have to be as an entertainment lawyer, you have to be a jack of all trade and master of all if you want to truly succeed as an entertainment lawyer. So you cannot wake up one day and say, all I want to do is entertainment law, because entertainment law consists of other aspects of law. It's not a standalone area of law.
Oh, thank you very much, Ma, for that response. Like, it's really an eye-opening response, because personally, like, I've learned a lot even from like this personal question. So that brings me to my next question. Okay, so I've engaged. I'm a recent graduate, and I've engaged like my mates and like some other people. And what I've realized is that, what, Ma?
Where are you called to that?
I'm a recent graduate. I just finished from Ife.
Oh, you haven't been to the bar yet?
No.
Oh, okay. We're waiting for you.
Yes, thank you. So my conversation with most people is that many people don't like litigation. Yeah, and there's this entertainment law, which is like a cool thing to say. Yeah, I want to be an entertainment lawyer. People say, wow, that's fine. There's a facade, or I don't know now until like maybe I get your response on that. People think that it's purely corporate, like you just sign deals, just split sheets for music recordings and all of that. So I want to know, is there litigation, and how much of litigation is involved in the core of entertainment law practice?
So as a matter of fact, at the initial stage when entertainment law became a thing, litigation was what birthed the popularity of entertainment law, if I must say, because a lot of entertainers, particularly performing artists, got into trouble either with their record label owners or with a brand where they're representing. It's just basically you signing an agreement and you have refused to adhere to the provisions of the agreement. And in most cases, it is usually a record label owner and artist kind of issue. So litigation was actually the most popular area of law in entertainment issues, because you had to resolve one problem or the other. Over time, when people in the business realized that if you don't go by the books, you're going to be in trouble, then the other areas of law started getting popular. The corporate commercial part of law started getting popular. Drafting agreements and ensuring that you stick to the provisions of the agreement started getting popular. So for you to be a well-grounded entertainment lawyer, you must have some form of orientation in litigation. Now, if you are like me, I've never been to court. I don't know if people know this about me, but I've never been to court. However, I'm a successful entertainment lawyer because I used to work in a firm that had different departments. Now, in Denton's Acres Law, what they do is to departmentalize, the firm. So you have the litigation departments, disputes and resolution / litigation department, you have the core corporate commercial department, and you have the energy department, and then you have the company secretarial department. Now, I was in the corporate commercial department, and I headed the entertainment law group before I resigned. Now I work at the Temple Management Company. I know that's news to a lot of people.
Yes.
With time, the whole world will hear. So when I had issues that needed litigation, so what we do, or what I used to do then was to toss the matter to the litigation department. If I didn't have that luxury of colleagues in the litigation department, I might have to get my ass to the court. So if you're not fortunate enough like me to work in a firm that has different departments, that has different lawyers specializing in different things, then you might have to do the litigation yourself. But that's going to be a tough one, and I don't know how. I'm not sure how interesting or how successful you might go doing that. I know your next question. Don't worry.
Thank you very much, Ma, on the question about litigation. But like, in what instances? Because usually, I know like there are lots of litigation cases. Like, as you said earlier, like entertainment lawyer got popular due to the fact that like people want to see their favorite celebrity who had an issue and how it is being solved, and like how. So I want to like what instances, like most popular. Let me just say most, because I know there will be a lot of instances where like case we might want to like go to court. But like, what's like one of the most popular reasons why entertainment issues are like found in court? Like the most popular.
I hope no one will quote me.
No, at all.
But I must say that you find people, I might be wrong anyway, but I'll say regardless, people break the law. People don't stick to the provisions of agreements that they sign, mostly in the entertainment industry. It's crazy. I must also say, and I might be wrong as well, but I'll say regardless, that the industry worldwide is filled with, for lack of a better word, irresponsible people. And because of that, litigation will, without a doubt, become popular. Because if you are in an environment where you cannot abide by the law, or you cannot do the right thing, then you get into trouble. And if there are laws, then in order to ensure that the laws are properly carried out, there must be consequences. And if there are consequences, you have to look for a way to enforce the consequences. And that's by going to court, and that's litigation. So that's why litigation will always be popular in the entertainment industry.
Thank you very much for that answer on litigation. So I want to move to challenges real quick. I want to talk about challenges, because I know that it's been a wonderful journey, mostly from people looking at it from the Instagram post point of view. I mean, it's inspiring to see like the post and like what you have been able to achieve during like for the period as which you've been in the entertainment industry. But I know there are a lot of challenges. Especially for young lawyers who are fantasizing, or who have an who have a mental picture of what the entertainment law practice is all about. You know, people feed off a lot of content about, like, people feed off a lot of success story and content they see online, but not many people are aware of the challenges involving in practicing entertainment law. It's one of the coolest things to say that I'm an entertainment lawyer. People are fascinated by the idea. So I want to talk about the challenges now. Like, if as a young lawyer trying to get into entertainment law practice, what are the challenges? Especially judging by the ones you faced on your journey. So yes, the challenges now.
Yes, so the number one challenge I will talk about is lack of adequate laws, statutes, acts, etc., guiding the industry. So in America, in the United States of America, some states actually have specific laws that guide the manager and artist relationship. In Nigeria, the law, one of the few laws that guide the entertainment industry is the copyright law. And guess when it was enacted? I'm sure you know. But for the purpose of people who don't know, it was enacted in 1965. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we don't have enough statutes, we don't have enough laws, we don't have no specific laws guiding the industry. And so you have to do a lot of research, you have to rely a lot on foreign. Thankfully, entertainment law, copyright law is kind of universal. So most times we have to rely on what is applicable abroad, for instance, in the US or in Canada or in the UK or in France. So we use that as entertainment lawyers to guide whatever it is we're doing on behalf of our clients. So the legal system guiding the entertainment industry is absolutely whack. And as a lawyer, that means you have to burn the candles extra. You have to stay all night burning the candles extra because they are usually, which brings me to the next issue, the next downside of being an entertainment lawyer. There are no precedents. They are usually going to. We don't have enough concluded litigation matters that can be used as legal precedents, for subsequent issues. So it all boils down to you reading hard, researching hard, having your ears to the ground, and just working, doing a lot of things on your own to be able to succeed as an entertainment lawyer. The environment is not helping, the government is not helping, even our courts are not helping. Nothing is working per se, legal wise. So as an entertainment lawyer, you just have to work twice as hard. And then secondly, we're dealing with people we're dealing with entertainers who don't really give a hoot about law, except if they are losing money. All they want is to make money. So if they're not making money, if it's not a money-making thing for them, you find it very hard to convince them that they need a lawyer. But what I do nowadays, I really don't have to convince anybody. I'll just wait for you to get into trouble and then double the price when you come to me, because you will definitely come to me when when you get into trouble. So it's difficult convincing. It's difficult convincing your regular entertainer in Nigeria, here even abroad, to hire a lawyer. So that's another challenge. But trust me, that one is not as bad, because I don't even want you to hire me when I'm coming to you. Don't. You will come yourself and you will pay times 3.
Thank you very much on the issue of challenges, and I'm sure most people can pick one or two from that. As regards young lawyer, if you're trying to get in, you have to know what is on ground. So that kind of flows to my next question, and it's about career pathways. Like, for example, now I'm aware that when people say I'm an entertainment lawyer, it doesn't mean one thing. It doesn't always mean the same thing. I've realized over time that it doesn't always mean the same thing. I know persons who are in-house, and I just see a lot of opportunities for especially young lawyers that are trying to fit in into jobs that are not really law, but lawyer with the legal knowledge, you can actually function proper, and with the likes of streaming platforms coming to Nigeria, that's also some other opportunities for young lawyers. So I'm about career opportunities now. People want to know the options they have, because they want to be entertainment lawyers, but how can I be what forms can I like? What routes can I? What routes can I take? What routes can I take? So, yes.
So, if you wake up one day as a lawyer or a law student, let's start with the law students. If you wake up one day and you say, "What I want to do is entertainment law," the first thing obviously will be that you will take the courses that are intertwined or that are related to entertainment law. For instance, intellectual property. I think that's the only course in, well, maybe not actually, but for instance, you must um, you must take intellectual property law as a course in school. You must take company law as a course in school. I'm not sure if it's a compulsory course or not. Company law is compulsory, isn't it?
And contracts.
Okay, you must take contract law, you must take law of torts, all of these laws, if possible, well, maybe not just about me, if possible, tax law, all these laws that you would need as an entertainment lawyer, you must take all of them as a course, whether elective or compulsory courses in school. Now, secondly, during your vacations, instead of going to rest, you must, it's important, it would be helpful if you intern in a law firm that practice entertainment law. For instance, Denton's Acres Law. Another thing you can do is to intern in a company that is into entertainment. For instance, my new company, I head the legal and business development department of the Temple Management Company, the #1 talent management company in Africa. So you can intern there as well, because you get to have a feel of what happens in the entertainment world, and then you can specifically request to be attached to the lawyers in the company. For instance, you work with me. And then thirdly, you have to do a lot of research. I've said earlier on that the system is not going to help you because there's no resources where you can find help. So you need to help yourself by um, doing a lot of research, by watching your mentors. You don't have to get close to me to know what I'm doing. I don't have to reply your DM to know what I'm doing and to do what I'm doing. My life, everybody knew about this thing we're doing. So if you want to be a successful entertainment lawyer and I'm your mentor, you just need to follow me on social media platforms to know what I'm on about and be part of this conversation, for instance. So that's another way. And then you obviously do your own research, do your own assignments, just basically empowering yourself as an entertainment lawyer. Another thing you can do as a student or a lawyer, a young lawyer, is to write. When you do research, you write. You can write. Let people know you to be an entertainment lawyer, or let people know that you have a flair for entertainment law. And one of the ways you can let people know is by writing articles. I have a couple of articles. That's what I did when I started entertainment. When I started heading the entertainment law department of the firm, I wrote a lot of articles. If you check online, you see I did a lot of writing of articles then. So you can do that, and people will, through the articles that you write, people will know how knowledgeable you are in entertainment law, and therefore want to vibe with you when the time comes. And next, have your 2-1 in law school. Oluyemisi, I hope you had 2-1 in. I hope you had 2-1.
I'm still working on my project.
Okay, please ensure that by the time you get your project, you're coming out with a 2-1. Get your 2-1 in the uni. Get your 2-1 in law school. Apply to a firm that does entertainment law, amongst other things, e.g., Denton's Acres Law. Work there, and boom, yes, you're going to be another Yemi Falaye.
Thank you very much, Ma. Another question I want to ask is, okay, something just light question now. Something away from the very serious modes that we're already having. I'm sure a lot of people are like learning a lot, but like on the light side now, was there like I know you have like working with entertainers like very exciting, and what was I know you might probably have like a lot of moments, but like if you share one with us where you felt so fulfilled, like thank God I like decided to like do this, like there are like moments where you just enjoy that job and you're like thank God I decided to take this risk by doing entertainment law. So like if you can narrate one out of the many, because I'm sure you have many. So one out of many of those periods where you're like, thank God I decided to do entertainment law. Like one of those moments.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, man. I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I think what comes to mind is me working on a project behind the scene and the project becomes successful. So, for instance, um, I was on the team that worked on uh, Adekunle Gold's penultimate album, which was obviously a success, which is still a success. I also was on a team that worked on Copy's debut album, which is still doing very well at the moment. Um, uh, I was on the team that got Zlatan out of trouble when EFCC decided to let them know that you have to stay out of trouble. That was also a pat in the back moment for me. I think Zlatan's album, Recent, is doing well as well. Obviously, I was part of the team that handled the project, So yeah, I think so many, like you said,
Yeah, I
so many.
understand that. I
Let me
understand.
tell you. Let me tell you the recent one. Let me tell you the recent one. Dorcas, Shola Fabson, her car got stolen. And I'm proud to say that with my efforts and some other people behind the scene, she got the car back. So that's another proud moment. I have so many proud moments, but let's just keep it at this ones that I've mentioned.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, man. We are gradually coming to an end, but I still have some questions, just like maybe just a couple questions more. So, people talk about like people talk about the fact that like, we need more skills, that like we need more skill sets than what is being taught in the four corners of the university and even the law school. Part of which people have really prioritized when it comes to entertainment law is interpersonal skills, like how you like be a likable person, like that kind of thing. And the one you mentioned earlier, which is writing, like constantly putting your legal thoughts and your thoughts out in writing to let people know, like the visibility for young lawyers. So I would appreciate if you can tell us like skills as an entertainment lawyer, skills that you would need. You mentioned writing, research, and interpersonal skills. So like we'd love to know like some skills that are not taught. Like you have to just start grooming yourself to have those skills. So what skills do you think are relevant, particularly in the entertainment law space, and like relating with entertainers, like things you have to like know?
You have to be a people person. That's very key because you're dealing with people as an entertainment lawyer. You'll be dealing with people who want to be pampered, who want to be taken care of, who wants to be treated like babies. And so for you to be able to do that successfully, you have to be a people person. And you have to be able to network. Networking is key. You cannot be in your house and want to work with entertainers. As much as I still wonder what people do at clubs, I really don't get it. Maybe because I don't drink, maybe because I don't smoke. and I really don't like loud music. So I really don't get what people do in clubs. But guess what, Oluyemisi? I go to clubs if I have to, because that's where my people are. That's what my people love to do. So if you're not a people person, you cannot. I mean, you can't vibe with these guys, and if you can't vibe with them, they're not gonna be able to trust you with their work. You see what I mean? And you also need to be. I mean, can you guys leave my Azul alone? So I mean, you have to be a people person, basically, and you have to be very smart. You can't be to some extent. You have to be an extrovert, even if not completely. You have to have a tiny bit of being an extrovert in you, because you can't be an introvert and want to work with entertainers. You can't. It's not possible. So yeah, I mean, you have to be very friendly. And all of this circled around being a people person. All these things that I'm saying. And the most important one, you have to be a very smart lawyer. You have to know what you're saying. You have to be very smart. You cannot afford to mess up as a lawyer. This guy is worth billions of naira sometimes. You can imagine Bobo Ajudua, who is Davido's lawyer, being an empty score. It's just it can't work. It can't work. You have to be a very smart lawyer, and you have to be a very smart person to be able to do entertainment law.
Thank you very much for that. And part of the things you raised earlier about lack of support from the government and like entertainment. Many people attributed the growth of entertainment in general to the fact that it was private and it was like driven by the youth. And in other climes, there are things that the government are doing, like K-pop, for instance, K-pop, K-drama. Like I know the government is like doing a lot for them and all of that. Even in the
What country is that? What country?
Okay, I said the government. Like you mentioned something about the government earlier, about how the governments are not really like helping as they should, and we can see in other clients like I mentioned, for instance, the K-pop, the South Korean people, and all of that. The government is really like into
Behind
what
them.
they do and all of that. Yes, and even the United States, where you mentioned how even some states like they are very aware of like what's going on. So many people on this life might end up in the government. I know, like I want to believe that sometimes people in the government need people to just suggest and push ideas to them also. So let's say like what can the government do really in terms of helping the entertainment scene grow? Because an entertainment law especially, I know aside making a switch. So that's why I'm putting entertainment law and the entertainment scene together. So what can the government do to really improve, like to make things better, like for the entertainment scene in Nigeria?
First of all, someone should help me tell Honorable Shina Pella to ensure that the legislators pass the copyright bill into an act. First of all, let's even start with that, because this bill has been on the desks of these lawmakers for years. I think since, if I remember, I'm not sure of the number of years now, so I won't say. But I know that this bill has been there forever. Let them first of all pass this bill into an act. Let's start with that. Secondly, let them enact more laws that would guide the industry. A lot of people do not abide by the rules because guess what? There are no rules. So that's why, and you know what happens when you have people, human beings, without rules guiding them? There'll be chaos. 2015. Thank you, praise. So let us let us pass this copyright bill into an act. Secondly, let us enact more laws that will guide the industry. Thirdly, although the government already supports to some extent, particularly the movie industry financially, I would appreciate more support financially so that we stop giving out wishy-washy materials in the industry. So if we have grants, loans, and all of that with very minimal interest rates, where these entertainers who are very talented can easily get loans from the government to give us proper international standard contents, then the industry will strive. And once we have a combination of proper financing and proper laws being enacted to regularize the industry, trust me, we will have a sane and money-making industry.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, man. And like we did earlier, like linking entertainment law and like the entertainment scene together. Like I would want to ask that say 10 years time, like where do you see the industry in the next 10 years? Especially I always like to put like entertainment and the entertainment law aspect together. Like both entertainment and entertainment law space. Like where do you see, because I think this prediction or projection could help a lot of people trying to like find their foot and all of that. So where do you see the entertainment space in general, both the entertainment law aspect and the industry itself in the next 10 years?
Well, I see sanity. I see, because the truth is, look, I tell you what, the truth is, these white guys already see it. They see that the Nigerian entertainment industry is the next big thing. And that's why you have all of these guys coming to Nigeria to set the tables for themselves so that when the food comes, they're the first partakers. So that's why you see Sony Nigeria, Universal Nigeria, Warner Brothers Nigeria, Netflix Nigeria, Amazon is here as well. Empire is here packing, all the content in Nigeria. All of them know, they all know that Nigeria is the next big thing when it comes to entertainment. Although that's not the case right now, but the handwritings are on the wall that we're the next big thing. So in the next 10 years, if things are taken seriously, we will overshadow. That might be me asking for too much. But trust me, if we take things seriously, in the next 10 years, we're going to be at par with Nollywood.
Thank you very much, man. We're gradually coming to the end of the session. Although this has been a very eye-opening session for me. There were a lot of things that I didn't think was possible. There were a lot of things I didn't know was happening. There were a lot of things that I didn't know was the actual reality. Sincerely, especially when it comes to like litigation and like entertainment, like people just, I don't know, maybe because of how we've been taught in the university. Like when you're taking IP, it's almost like IP is water times and like this is it. Or when you're citing a case, you realize that okay, this is an IP case. But like when you look at it, you're like, this is a bit of thought. This is a bit of like this and all of that. So it's been an eye-opening session. Just and we really thank you for like sparing your time to be on this live session with us. I know there's a lot of things you could be doing right now, for offering this mentorship session to young law students and lawyers trying to like get into the thriving entertainment law space. So as a form of before we say goodbye, would want to just get an advice for young lawyers and like law students trying to aside the fact that we need to make a 2-1 in like and all of that. Yeah. So what other advice would you give young lawyers and like law students trying to find their footing and trying to get into the space and make the entertainment law money? Yes.
Just study hard. Study hard. There's one thing I want to show you in my living room. Just hold on a second. So I have this in my living room that says, name search puzzles. The grid of letters contains names of people with premium vibes and money makers. Find out if your name is on this board. If not, get in there. And the names on the board are names of entertainers that I have worked with over time, one time or the other, or that I still work with at the moment. So if you want to have this sort of board in your house, you have to burn the candles. You have to, be the best at whatever you do. You cannot afford to have a lazy ass. If you want to work with Lilo Aderoba, if you want to work with Zlatan, if you want to work with Toke Makinwa, if you want to work with Dorcas, if you want to work with Shola Shobale, if you want to work with these people and more people as an entertainment lawyer, you cannot afford to have a lazy ass. You must work hard, strive towards being the best at what you do, and become a champion, like me.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Thank you for the inspiration, man. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for agreeing to do this for free, of course. If we have to pay
Oh,
for
is
the
it free?
session,
I
if
thought
we have to,
I
ma,
thought you were going to pay me.
if we have to pay you to come here, I don't know where we are going to get that money from. So thank you very much. We are very, very grateful. And I know like people in the comment section are very appreciative also, and they say they are very big thank you. And the Nigerian Law School also. So thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, ma. And we
Most welcome.
hope that some other time we can have you on this platform also. So but till
Absolutely.
then we'll say thank you very much, ma. Thank you
You're
very
most
much.
welcome. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you. I feel honored. Appreciate it.
Thank you, ma. Yes, ma.
Bye.